March 31st, 2025. A date that will be etched in the annals of French political history. It was a day that sent shockwaves through the nation and beyond. A day that many will remember for its dramatic and controversial events. A day to remember for all the wrong reasons. The skies seemed to mirror the mood of the nation, dark and foreboding, as the news broke out. Headlines screamed of scandal and betrayal, capturing the attention of every citizen. Marine Le Pen, the fiery leader of the far right, was found guilty. The courtroom was a theater of high drama with Le Pen standing defiant, her face a mask of determination and disbelief. The verdict was clear, but the implications were far-reaching. Her crime, stealing money from the European Union. The allegations were serious, involving the misappropriation of funds meant for the betterment of the community. The evidence presented was damning, leaving little room for doubt. She's been given a 4-year sentence, 2 of those years suspended, meaning she'll be under house arrest. The sentence was a mix of leniency and severity, reflecting the gravity of her actions while also considering her political stature, and a big fine of 100,000 euros makes things even worse. The financial penalty added insult to injury, a stark reminder of the cost of her actions. It was a blow not just to her finances, but to her reputation. But the worst part? She's banned from running for office for 5 years. This was perhaps the most devastating part of her sentence. For a politician, being barred from the political arena is akin to being silenced, stripped of the very platform that gives them power. The timing is very suspicious. 6 months, just 6 short months until the presidential election. The proximity of the verdict to the upcoming elections raised eyebrows and questions. Was this a mere coincidence? Or was there a deeper, more sinister motive at play? Is that just a coincidence? Le Pen says no. She has been vocal about her suspicions, claiming that the timing of the verdict was no accident. According to her, it was a calculated move to eliminate her from the race. She says it's a plot by Macron and his supporters to silence her, to get rid of any opposition. Le Pen has pointed fingers at President Emmanuel Macron, accusing him and his allies of orchestrating a political conspiracy. She believes that this is a deliberate attempt to weaken the opposition and secure a smoother path for Macron's re-election. Her powerful voice is now quiet. The once loud and influential voice of Marine Le Pen has been effectively muted. Her speeches, which once rallied thousands, are now silenced, her platform taken away. Her supporters are shouting that this isn't fair. Across the nation, her supporters have taken to the streets, their voices rising in protest. They believe that justice has not been served, that this is a political witch hunt aimed at destroying their leader. Is this the beginning of the end for free speech in France? The case of Marine Le Pen raises troubling questions about the state of democracy and free speech in France. Is this a sign of things to come? Only time will tell, but for now the nation watches and waits, the future uncertain. The judge, Bénédicte de Pertuis. Her name is being whispered in cafes and discussed quietly everywhere. Rumors are flying around. Connections to Macron's political party, En Marche. A hint of something not right. Is justice really blind in France? The charges against Le Pen seem very convenient. Embezzlement? It's an easy accusation, one that's often used against political enemies. Why isn't there the same energy to investigate Macron's friends? Where are the charges against the left-wing politicians? Something doesn't smell right. What Macron is doing feels familiar. It's a scary reminder of countries ruled by dictators. Putin's Russia, Xi Jinping's China. The plan is clear: control the courts, silence anyone who disagrees, and destroy the opposition. Macron's many trips to Beijing are making people wonder. Is he learning from the Chinese Communist Party? Is France, the birthplace of democracy, becoming a country with only one political party? The similarities are disturbing. The world is watching and a sense of dread is growing. The streets of Paris, once filled with lovers and deep thinkers, now echo with the shouts of protesters. The city, known for its romantic charm and intellectual vibrancy, has transformed into a battleground of ideologies and demands. The air is thick with tension as the voices of the discontented rise above the historic boulevards and iconic landmarks. "Macron is a dictator!" they yell, a desperate cry for freedom. These words, scrawled on countless signs and banners, reflect a deep-seated frustration with the current administration. The protesters, from all walks of life, are united in their call for change, their voices merging into a powerful chorus of dissent. The French people, famous for their revolutionary spirit, are rising up. The Yellow Vest protesters, who have been a symbol of resistance for years, are joined by students and workers, all demanding a better future. The streets are alive with the energy of a populace that refuses to be silenced. And now, the Le Pen supporters. They too have taken to the streets, their voices adding to the cacophony of dissent. Their rallies are filled with fervor, as they push for a vision of France that aligns with their ideals. The political landscape is more polarized than ever, with each group vying for their version of the future. A wave of anger is building. The clashes with police are becoming more frequent and intense as the authorities struggle to maintain order. The streets, once a place of peaceful coexistence, are now scenes of confrontation and conflict. The anger is palpable, a force that cannot be ignored. Anger at Macron, who many see as a dictator. His policies, seen by some as authoritarian, have sparked a firestorm of opposition. The protesters are not just fighting against a leader, but against a system they believe is failing them. Their chants and slogans are a call to action, a demand for a government that listens to its people. Anger at the loss of their freedoms. The sense of injustice is widespread, as many feel their rights are being eroded. The demonstrations are not just about specific policies, but about a broader struggle for liberty and justice. The protesters are determined to reclaim their voice and their rights. The French spirit, once asleep, is waking up. The echoes of past revolutions can be heard in the chants of today's protesters. The spirit of resistance, deeply ingrained in the French psyche, is reawakening. The people are drawing strength from their history as they fight for their future. The question is, will it be enough? The challenges are immense, and the path forward is uncertain. But the determination of the French people is clear. They are ready to fight for their rights, their freedoms, and their future. The world watches as a nation divided seeks to find its way. 1. The next French presidential election. But is the winner already decided? With Le Pen out of the picture, who will challenge Macron? The opposition is weak and divided. Many people have lost hope. The media, once like a watchdog, now seems to be controlled. People who criticize the government are silenced. Anyone who disagrees is accused of spreading fake news. The information people get is carefully chosen. Are people getting the real story, or is it just a carefully staged illusion? Where is the outrage from the European Union? Silence. A deafening silence. The EU, so quick to criticize problems with democracy in Poland and Hungary, seems to have lost its voice when it comes to France. Is this a double standard, hypocrisy, or fear? Maybe the EU is afraid to challenge Macron, the person they see as the architect of their supposed unity. Whatever the reason, their silence is very telling. It makes Macron stronger, giving him free rein to dismantle French democracy. What's happening in France is a warning. A serious warning to democracies everywhere. If it can happen in France, a country known for its liberty, it can happen anywhere. The slow decay of democratic values is a dangerous path. It starts small, a law here, a decree there. Then it speeds up. The courts become corrupt, the press is silenced, the opposition is crushed. By the time people realize what's happening, it's often too late. The French people have a choice. Accept Macron's new order or fight for their republic. The future is uncertain. But one thing is clear, the future of French democracy is at stake. The world is watching, hoping the French spirit of resistance will win. Hoping that liberty, equality, and fraternity will once again be the guiding principles of the French Republic. The stakes are high, the fight is far from over, the time to act is now.